Welcome back, everybody. This is day 3 of our 2021 Ram ProMaster Build. And you all know and love her.
Hello, world.
So today we had an exciting day. I got out here at about 7 a.m. and Julia joined me at about 9, and we basically had to pick up where we left off. Had to put the sealant on the solar panels up top, which I did. I did not leave the ladder hooked up out there because it's just it's sealant, so there's not much to see there. It's just some sealant. But the other projects that we did today was we got our dash cams hooked up. We got the replacement rear backup camera attached to the Kenwood head unit. And did some other cleaning uppy parts. So let's start up here, and I'll have Girl show. I will have her do the demonstration. So down here is the main monitor. It's a Vivo 4K A229 Pro, and it's a front and rear camera. And I'll show you the back camera when we get back there, but it auto records everything. It's actually plugged in right up here on the USB that I installed earlier. And then part 2 is on the head unit, is our reverse camera. So she can hit the setting button, the main button in the center. Or we can just go in here to settings and tell it to go to camera. And there you go. It's the backup camera. So the good thing about this one is it is an HD camera, and so we can actually run it when it's driving or not driving. So it looks much better than what we had before. And then we can just go home. And so that's pretty much it for back here. And if I come back to the back, here's the second part of that camera system right here, and it's actually adjustable. You can twist it up or down. And I got a little grommet that I drilled through and brought it through the factory harness and out the back, which I'll show you that real quick because I want to show you the other camera. Okay, and right up there is the second camera. Nice little Kenwood. If I open this up, this is the factory. It's actually spring loaded here, so as I move this, it goes back and forth. I actually ran the USB-C cable through that, and it goes in here and then comes all the way up in here. We actually have these panels reinstalled. Julia lovingly installed those, which was oh so much fun for her, I'm assuming. Yeah. So let's go ahead and close this up. Didn't close that enough. All that hush mat and Reflectix makes it a lot more vacuum sealed. You'll also see here that we actually have the chargers running, and still got the refrigerator doing its thing down here. Haven't had any problems there. Solar disconnect off to the side. What's nice is that this solar disc, the system is kind of protection. You can't actually turn this unit off if it detects solar coming into the system. You actually have to turn off the solar and then turn off the loads, and then it will let you turn off the system. So it's kind of actually a nice little protection system to keep it from having unregulated power going into it. So I really like that. One of the other things I did back here, and you can't really see it too well, but I did all the cable management in here, and I've got it tied nice and neat in here. Let's turn this light on, and you can see back in here I've got cable management. It's all tied in, screwed in real nice. I did all the looms back in here, and then as promised I came out here and I did a little bit better job of cable management right there. It's not the prettiest. If I were doing a professional job of this, I would take the time and do a lot better job of this, but it's just a work van, so I'm not too worried about it. And
I'm not sure if these are the definitive products we're going to be the end result of. They may be replaced, so there's no point in making it pretty just yet.
Yeah, the battery
Especially
unit.
with the battery stuff. since we don't know if we're going to need additional batteries, they won't. Only one more will fit in that cabinet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we may end up with a different cabinet. We may decide we want to mount that a different way and maybe mount it in the cabinet. The cabinet's pretty inexpensive, so we can always get another one if we need to, or if we decide to go metal. This guy here, the only thing we got left to do here is I have to unbolt where it's mounted here on the sidewalls. I have to unscrew those so that this desk can come out, because we need to start installing these walls and the cargo door and back here and back there. But the last little bit is, you'll notice now I've got these strip lights. If I turn those off, you'll notice how much of a difference that makes. I actually got two of them. These are Govee 2000 lumen string lights, and I'm just going to plug them in right here and just hide the wires. But I'm not, they're just kind of laid up here temporarily, guys, because I don't want to install them until all the panels are up and running, and then I can basically run them around the perimeter. I got one going this way, and then I'm going to have the other one going this way, so that it'll pretty much illuminate the entire cabin, because these lights by themselves at night, they're fine, but they're not really a good work light by themselves. If I turn off the main switch, you'll see just how bright that still is in here. So if I turn this completely out, and it's pretty decent, but when you turn this back on and add to it, it gives you a lot more light to work with. So I think I'm gonna add that in here, and these were only like 10 or 11 bucks on Amazon. So anyway, just wanted to show you where we're at. I still have to put the insulators back up here. This has all been fully remounted. This thing's been undone for like 2 months. These little insulators right here have to go back into these little sections right here. They're all sorts of fun to fight with, and I'll do those tomorrow when I have a little bit more arm strength left in me. I've pretty much used myself up for the day. But any other words of wisdom or things you would like to contribute? She's busy playing with bugs, yeah.
Squishing them into the headliner.
Oh, Julia got experience today because she's the one that took all of this headliner stuff apart. She had to take all these pieces out and this in order to get this headliner to drop down so that we could feed the wires through, and then put it back together. How did that go for you?
The taking it apart was stupid easy. Putting it back together, not so much, because my brain did not think maybe you should plan this prior to just sitting things out of the way. Which one of these is which makes a difference when you're putting it back together. It really does. Don't try to put this one over there, because it won't work. It won't.
Yeah.
Well.
So, and then she was also trying to twist it and tighten it by hand rather than using an impact wrench, which made it go so much faster. And once she saw me do that, she kind of was
God bless the money spent on all those power tools.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
Yeah. Yes. So, again, these are things we're trying to do on our own. We're trying to learn and get familiar with a lot of this stuff before we go to the NRVTA, because I think it will help give us a leg up on actual, okay, how do you use the multimeter to plug it into positive and negative wires? What's it supposed to read? Where do things go? What's the concepts of calculating your amperage and your voltage and all that good stuff? Parallel versus serial, or parallel versus series, not serial. Yeah, maybe I want Fruity Pebbles or something. I don't know.
I was just thinking about those earlier.
Maybe I want series. Yeah. So, but yeah, guys, that's where we're at. So tomorrow may be a break day. I don't know. Maybe we'll try and get some of these panels installed. I don't know. You'll just have to wait and see, so stay tuned. See you on the next one.